Cool. Well, the new album, Metanoia, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is out now.
Yes,
It's only less than a week now, 6 days ago it came out.
yes.
Um, Obviously, it's very early days, but so far, how has the response been from fans?
I mean, yes, it's been like less than a week, something like that. But it feels like really, real good because it's the first album we are doing through Napalm Records, and
Mm.
we're feeling all the push that the label is doing by letting more people to listen to the music. So the feedback we are getting is like way more, way bigger than the last time. Even when Athma was a pretty successful album for us, this one so far is being like the most successful in terms of people that is listening to it in the very first moment, since the very first moment.
Absolutely. I mean, like you say, Napalm are really pushing the record. I've been getting emails from them constantly about this album. It's to the point where it's like, I know, I've seen them. They're good. I don't need to. But what was it about Napalm that made the band feel that this was the right home going forward?
We've been working with many labels in the past. We are like a pretty old band at this point. Uh, the last two albums that those were like the more like important for us because we were with this Swedish label called BT Solum, and there was this guy called Thomas. He was working a lot to make the band go through, but he was just one person doing everything.
Yeah.
um, then with this new album we had some interest from other record labels including Napalm,
Mm.
so we make the move, and then I mean, so far they were so willing to have the band in the roster that that was the key point for us, because they never pushed us to do any artistic change when it came to the writing of the music, and they were willing to do whatever was necessary to get us on the roster. And yeah, so far so good. They are being very supportive, very
Mm.
professional. A lot of people behind. You can feel it. Like one person for the marketing, one person for the thing, and then it's a great work. So the release, it's been a very pleasant and nice experience.
Excellent. I'm very happy to hear that. You mentioned the previous album, AFMA, which was 5 years ago now,
Yeah.
or near enough. Obviously, in between that, you re-recorded the first album. But like I say, it is the first Metanoia's first album of new material in 5 years. So what's changed since AFMA?
When it comes to many things, when you record an album, it's been this process for many, many years. You do something, you do your best, and then you find many mistakes, and then you want to change them and improve them. So you go again with the music, and then you improve them, but you have another mistakes. Then you keep doing this all the time. So
Yeah.
when we did Athma, there were many things we wanted to change in terms of production, in terms of recording, and then we always try to do this thing that we try to study as much music as possible in between albums. So we try not to repeat ourselves very much, to be able to add some new ideas, fresh approaches, and everything. Also, we have Bobby and Felipe. It's the second album they are working with Persefone, but they are younger and very hungry. So that's good as well. They are pushing the rest of the old guys in the band to do new things with the artistic vision and modern approaches and everything. So it's been a lot of different situation and approach to create the album. Even the direction we wanted to do artistically was a little bit far from the Athma idea, because Athma was kind of ambiental and a little bit more soft, if I can say that. But this
Yeah.
one, yeah, we wanted this to be a little bit more rough and dark and fast, and so yeah, there were many differences.
Excellent. Excellent. And as for the name of the album itself, I had to look up what it meant, and I found two different definitions. One being like a mental breakdown, and one being more of a spiritual or a religious conversion. In the concept of this album, what does the title mean?
The album is a conceptual album. We like to do that because we understand, maybe I always say this, but in 2022 maybe it's not the smartest thing to do, to
Mm.
do a conceptual album when people will listen to two songs in Spotify, and that will be it. But we really want to do something like it's a kind of a journey for the listener. So the metanoia, the concept is about a deep change in the beliefs of one person, a deep change in one being through a really painful process, and the willing to do that. Metanoia is kind of a really harsh situation for a human being to do, and we wanted to explore that situation because we can talk about many things, but we are human beings. We have all the struggles you have and other people have, and we want to somehow picture them within the music we try to do. So that was the whole thing. That's why you have this song called Catharsis, which is some kind of a descent to the personal hell. And then you have the whole thing, leap of faith, and then you have the anabasis, which is going back. And there's some philosophy in there, like the cover with the Platon cavern and all that stuff. So we wanted to do a rich concept for the people that would like to go deep on it.
Absolutely. That seems to be reflected in the video for Catabasis as well, with the hooded figures in the caves and that kind of thing. It's a very cool video.
Thank you.
Both videos, actually, I like quite a lot.
Thank you.
And I think I kind of like the video for Catabasis more, but I like the song Merkaba more because I find it really beautiful in its own way. It's obviously it is quite dark and it's heavy in places, but there's some really lush melodies to it, and it's just a really, really beautiful song, really.
Thank you.
No problem. What was it about these two songs that made you feel that these were the two to be best represented as a music video? Obviously, you also did the lyric video as well.
Yeah.
But these were the proper, if you like, music videos.
Yes. We were pretty confident with Catabasis since the beginning because the only thing Napalm wanted from us in the beginning was to listen to one complete song from the album to see what was the direction. And I understand that. So we used to do like the vocals and the arrangements and the solos and all the overdubs at the end of the album through all the songs. But for the first time, we kind of did one complete song before all that. That was Catabasis. So we did the song, we kind of mixed it here in Andorra, and then we sent to them. And we were very happy with it. It felt like pretty solid. So we were like very, very confident about this will be the first song to be released and the single. We are very, very smart, and that will be it. And then we keep working, and then we record the video clip way before it was released. But then we did the rest of the album, and somehow Merkaba, it was like a good song. And then we thought there will be many people that will be the first Persefone song ever for them because we have this new platform. And it was fun to think that the first thing for them to listen was Mo singing clean. It was like a really like different song to start with for a Persefone fan or non-fan.
Yeah.
So we did the video for Merkaba later after the Catabasis, but it was the first to be released because in the end we saw them like okay, I think Merkaba has lots of potential as a single, so we will go with this one first, and then we will release Catabasis. And I think I'm with you. I like all of the songs, and I hate them all as well because when you write them, it's a roller coaster of emotions all the time.
Yeah.
But I think Merkaba, I like that song so much. Maybe not tomorrow, but today I kind of like it more than others. But I feel what you're saying.
Absolutely, yeah. I would imagine they're very difficult to play as well, let alone write. I mean, just watching the fretwork in the video is just insane, So
sometimes this morning we went to rehearse. We were trying to put off the Catabasis song. Sometimes you're playing because I'm getting old, and then what I was thinking when I wrote this. I'm not really smart because then you are on the stage and you never have a good time because you are all the time trying to nail everything, and it's horrible. But anyway, it's the way we write music, and in the end, we just rehearse it a lot and we hope for the best.
Yeah, I must be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of progressive metal. I like some of it, but with Persephone, just again, like I say, just watching it and listening to it, and just really kind of just being blown away by the musicianship.
Thank you very much.
It's a really incredible thing. And like you say, listening to different music in between albums to help you progress. It's what progressive bands should do, funnily enough.
Hopefully. We don't feel this is honestly, we don't feel like great musicians ourselves. We don't think on ourselves like really talented or skillful musicians. We just have the skills we have. We try to push them all the time, but we know we are not near the top of the guys that are playing these progressive crazy things. We just like this way of expression, and then we try to do our best on that. But just we have fun writing music. We like death metal, we like progressive metal, we like soundtrack, we like everything. So we try to fit everything so everyone is happy. But we don't think ourselves as a like really skillful musicians at all. I have to tell you, that's the
Oh,
feeling with it. Yeah, for sure. That's not the feeling here.
well, it's the feeling here. So for what it's worth, I'm very
Thank you.
impressed. Um, Something else I've noticed about the album, specifically the title, is that the title is all lowercase.
Yes.
Why is this?
Good question. I don't understand it. I will try to answer this. I mean, we have Bobby and Philippe. They are like the younger guys in the band. Both
Yeah.
of them, they have a really good like sense of aesthetics and everything. Philippe, especially, he has a design company and he does like posters for bands and he's good at drawing and everything. So and he did the lyric video for Architecture of the Eye. I mean, they are very creative and artistic persons. In the other hand, Mo and I and the rest of the guys, I'm in my 40s, and I still think Iron Maiden covers are the best covers ever. It's still
Yeah.
today. So I understand that maybe I'm out of fashion a lot. So we have this Bobby and Philippe. They told me the cover has to be this way, no logo of the band, and then all this Metanoia in small letters. And I was like, why? They were like aesthetics, bro. That was the answer. Like it's all about, they didn't want it to be like low, like not
Yeah.
compensated in the middle. But the crazy thing is that when we received the album, I was blown away about the detail. They were so happy, like looking at it. Okay, everything is fine, and then it's like metanoia in small letters. And then here in the part you can see when you put the album, on the wall, and then it's metanoia with a capital M to fit with the rest of the albums.
Oh, okay.
That little things.
That's insane, man. It's amazing the amount of work and detail that goes into these things.
Yes, I mean, it's the whole thing for the rest of the album is done the same way. But when it comes to aesthetics and artistic vision, we just shut up and let them to do the thing, and they do way better than me.
As for the recording of the album itself, how was the recording process? Was this relatively smooth, or did you have a lot of interruptions because of the pandemic or anything like that?
We started to record the album after the lockdown, so we booked like I mean we did everything like with a do-it-yourself vibe. Like we always do. So
Yeah.
we talk with the government in Andorra because Andorra is so small. We can't,
Yeah.
they have a relationship with everyone. We asked them for a room. They have like it's very nice room to put the drums in, and then we borrow a lot of microphones from friends and microphones we had and all the equipment. We went there, and then we spent like a week. Three of us trying to record all the drums, and then I was recording guitars at a home studio we have with Mo, and Mo was working in the computer. Like everything was a do-it-yourself thing. Very, very, very hectic because we all have daily jobs. So we were trying to fit all the schedule in between.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the expected, complicated. I mean, recording an album is always complicated. Every band that records an album has my respects. It's very difficult. So yeah,
Yeah.
we pull it out at the end.
Very good. Um, Out of curiosity, I'm sure a lot of people outside of Andorra will be wondering, what's the metal scene like in Andorra, if there is one? Or is it
No,
just you?
there's not. No, there's not. You have to think. This is the thing. We haven't played here since I think the last time was like 7 years ago
Wow.
in our own country. Every show we do is international. But
Yeah.
but we have another metal band now. It's another metal band. They are like starting with a strong EP, and they just got signed with a record label. Very nice. In Eclipse, they are called.
Okay.
But other than that, there's nothing in here. But we have a lot of support from everyone. That's the beautiful thing. We cannot play here because no one wants to listen to our music. But I always tell this story. I was in the grocery store like years ago, because sometimes we are in the television and in the newspapers, because it's
Yeah.
something like happened here. It's very small. And then one woman, she was working, in the grocery store. She told me, "Are you the guy that plays in that band that goes all over the world?" I was like, "Yeah, I am. I mean, the music you do, I don't like it that much, but I'm so happy you're doing that. Yeah, we're proud of you." It's like,
Yeah.
nice, cool. So there's this feeling.
Yeah.
People like there's a musical scene like funk music and
Yeah.
pop music, cover musicians, classical musicians. All of them they really support us a lot. But metal music, we are alone here.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, we've been like that
It's
forever.
kind of funny in a way. Obviously, Andorra is a very small country. You know, it's just nestled in between France and Spain.
Yes,
I just wanted to make that clear for any Americans watching.
yes, it's very difficult to spot. Like what
Yeah.
is?
So it must be strange, you know, being almost like the local metal band in the whole country.
Yeah, it is.
Must,
It is. I mean, yeah. Somehow it's like the other day we were on the national television. You know, they made an interview with us, and then like many people watched that news on the television. But I was like kind of ashamed a little bit because I know it's not our public. I was like, I, I have this student. She told me, the guitar student. She told me in the WhatsApp, you are on the television, and I'm with my parents here looking to that. I was like a little bit like, oh no, man, you know. But anyway, it's a funny situation,
Yeah. No, it must be quite a feeling of pride as well, knowing that you're representing Andorra all over the world when it comes to metal music as well.
Definitely. I mean, the other day, the government wanted to talk with us about that. I mean, we were there with the culture minister talking about that. They were always very happy because we did cover for a Metal Hammer magazine.
Yeah.
And they were so proud, like, oh, we're so proud of you. What are your plans? Do you need something? Yeah, we're trying to do that because this has been a long time since we are, in the country making shows and going everywhere. And then we also have official flag the government gave to us. So
Yeah.
when we go outside, sometimes we put the flag for the people. People goes nuts because it's like, what's that flag? I mean, it's a flag that's the crazy Andorrans doing their shit. It's like, so there's a good relationship with the people here in the band. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's really nice, man. That's great that you get so much support, and
Yes.
even from like you say, musicians from classical music and everything else. So that's really really nice.
Yes, it is.
Um, well, I'm going to ask the same question as the culture minister now. What's the plans going forward?
Yeah, I mean, of course, you can understand that the situation with the pandemic is always like something interesting to keep in mind before doing anything. But since
Yeah.
since we have started working with Napalm and we changed booking agent as well,
Mhm.
we for the first time have like some offers to go on tour very very soon. But we need to be very wise by choosing which tours to do because
Yeah.
again, some of the members they have families, we have the jobs and everything.
Of
So
course.
far we are about to tour Europe in October with Obscura
Hmm.
and Disillusion. That would be very very nice.
Yeah.
And then after that we have an offer to go to the States with a really nice package, and we are so hyped about that. But we are just waiting to see what happens because no one wants to say, okay, it's official, because you never know,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of money involved. So yeah, we are just being cautious, but we really want to tour as much as we possibly can.
Excellent. Well, Carlos, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me today, Matt. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Ollie.
Best of luck going forward because this is a really special album, and I think it's really going to help elevate Persephone and Andorra. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. I mean, we're happy. We are happy we're living this. We are grateful, whatever
Yeah.
happens, it happens, but we're very grateful to be together still and doing this stuff. So
Excellent. Excellent. Well, you look after yourself, mate, and all the best.
thank you so much.
Bye now.
Goodbye. Bye bye.